Okay, I'm going to skip through here because we are going to answer one of we are going to make the slides available. I want to get down to the a couple at the end here that have a little data in them. First off, this is something Joe and I talked about and agree on, which is if you're designing a really well-designed drug testing program, your objective shouldn't really be to catch users, but to deter usage in the first place. So deter usage in the workplace, deter people who are drug users from applying to come to work in your workplace. If you set up an effective program, you're not only testing and using an effective technology that we talked about, but you're promoting what that is. As Joe was pointing out on the application form she showed, you're testing, you're promoting what that program is. Let me give you an example. These are two data sets. One is across industry and one is specific to the trucking industry. And all I want to mention on here, and you guys will obviously get the slides, is that you'll see that positive rates declined over time in the chart on the left in a fairly, I don't know what you would call it, kind of an evolving way. And on the right, in a fairly dramatic fashion. And the difference between the two is that on the right-hand side, the trucking industry is so motivated to keep drug impaired people, or drug using drivers out of their cabs, that they really promote. They actually ask the question during the application process, are you a drug user? We'll know, we run a hair test. And if you are, then you need to go to a different place. And so they literally are promoting the fact that they're using a highly effective method to test for drug usage, that it will detect usage over a long period of time, and that they won't hire you if you show a positive. So they actually intersect people at the application process. They're recruiters who are a little worried about that at first, thinking it would shrink the recruiting pool, have become some of the biggest advocates of the programs they run, because now they're actually getting more qualified people that aren't washing out later on in the process. So how are they doing this? And this is just another best practice. And Joe, this kind of mimics what you were talking about. Basically, and we put these this together for clients to use. Obviously, you can put your logo on it, but it sends the message, and it sends really three key messages. It sends the key message that if you use within 90 days of your drug test, we're going to know. It sends the message that we're a drugs-free organization. If you use, please don't apply. And it sends the message on the right-hand side, if you do test positive, we're going to know, and if you use, please don't apply again. So really reinforcing that we are a drugs-free culture. We do take steps to make sure we stay that way. Here's what our policies are. Here's how we test, and we stand by those. Let me move ahead one here, because I do want to get to these questions. Everybody is going to get this slide as well as part of the slide set. These are some of Joe's recommendations. What I really wanted to get to, obviously, is, as she says, communicate, communicate, communicate. But more importantly, I want to get to how you can reach Joe, a range of services that she offers. In fact, Joe, can you mention the St. Louis conference that's coming up in May?
Yes, absolutely. I'm the executive director for the National Drug and Alcohol Screening Association. We love having employers and anybody involved in drug and alcohol testing realm involved in this association, because we work together to educate, to inspire, to inform, to train, and provide quality services for our members. It's member owned, member driven, member run. And we have our annual conference in St. Louis the last week of May. The classes and the training and education that are going to take place there are phenomenal. Our keynote speaker is the president of SHRM, Donnie C. Taylor. We're going to talk about how to recover from the COVID situation that we've been through. It's called Turning Setbacks into Bounce Backs. We're going to cover how to handle workplace policies in the time of COVID and people working from home, whether you're returning from work or that's becoming a long-term. What do you do about your workplace drug and alcohol policy? We're just going to talk about a variety of things, including changing marijuana laws. But this is a time to network, to meet the people that are behind the scenes in your drug and alcohol testing program, as well as the providers of the products. AJ will be there. And so it is really, truly that networking is just something that I know we've all missed it during COVID, like in the broader sense, but even, when we're not in a pandemic, coming together and meeting like your people that have the same issues as you, and having those connections is so important. And one of the things I also promised I would say, and I don't want to neglect to say, if you heard this webinar today and you don't know where your policy is or know what it says, please remedy that today. Dig it out, dust it off, and it's time to review it and bring it current, and make sure that it is sufficient for your needs. And I'd be happy to help you with that if that's something you need. I love reaching out and helping people, so we're here for you if that's something that we can help you with.